afternoon, my name is Liam Neild and this is the MU Review, the place where I talk all things Manchester United in the world of football. And today I'm here to review Manchester United's 1-1 draw with Liverpool at Old Trafford in the Premier League. And I don't really know how to feel about this one, because on the one hand I'm bitterly disappointed we did not play well. A lot of our big players, Pogba specifically, didn't turn up. And ultimately we were playing a weakened Liverpool side on a bad run of form, and we had a huge opportunity to really continue our good, 6-game winning run in the Premier League and really start pushing up the table, and we missed it. We missed that opportunity, and it's frustrating. But on the other hand, I'm extremely proud of the lads for sticking in there, despite the fact that they got outdone tactically in the first half, and they responded well in the second half. And even though it wasn't pretty, we did get that vital equaliser, because, oh my God, would it have been a disaster if we had lost this game. Now, don't get me wrong, it was not a season-ending game in January, but it was a pivotal moment. I felt that if we could win this game, then we could potentially go on and challenge for the league. Now, I don't think we can. I think this was our big opportunity to continue our winning run. We were at 6 wins in a row. This would have made it 7, and then we had a decent run of fixtures coming up that realistically could have seen us go 10, 11, maybe even all the way to the 13 wins that Chelsea had. And as Chelsea have shown this season already, when you win that many times in a row, you float to the top of the league. And now that momentum has been broken, I don't know if we'll be able to pick ourselves up and get back to winning ways. I hope we can. We've got a difficult game coming up against Stoke away, who did dispatch Sunderland quite easily, so that's going to be very important. But still talking about the game at hand here, in the first half, as I said before, I do think Jurgen Klopp did a tactical job on Jose Mourinho. It's very telling that about 20 minutes into the game, Jose came into the technical area and was sat there writing notes, flipping pages, because he realised that things were not going according to plan. Liverpool were confident in possession, they were good on the ball, they were quick, they were sharp, and they caused us lots of problems, having Origi and Firmino sort of both playing up front, even though neither of them has really been a natural striker this season. I know Origi is, but Firmino's an attacking midfielder at best, and he's been playing up front in the way that they cut inside, and the way that Adam Lallana managed to really stifle Michael Carrick and stop us getting anything going forward really helped Liverpool. And obviously Paul Pogba helped them a lot with a really inexplicable handball. He completely lost sight of the ball as it was in midair, which you shouldn't do when you're defending a corner. Keep your eye on your man, yes, but you shouldn't go for the ball and then completely lose sight of it and throw your arms up. That was his immaturity showing. He is still a young player. Don't get me wrong, I still love the man. He's still on my wall. I still love Paul Pogba. He just had a bad game, and he did acknowledge it himself. He knows he can do better, so we don't need to give him too much of a hard time. He's definitely giving himself a hard time. But that being said, James Milner, was there any doubt, even with De Gea going the right way, puts them 1-0 up, and at that point, I'm worried. I'm scared, because I'm watching the way the game's going, and I'm thinking, yeah, we're creating a chance here and there, but it's not the free-flowing, football that we've gotten used to over the last couple of months when we've been playing well. And I was a bit concerned, at the end of that first half, especially because we missed opportunities. Pogba himself was guilty of missing a huge chance at 0-0. We also had opportunities to equalise, and Henrik Mkhitaryan forced to save out of Simon Mignolet, who actually played quite well considering how much shtick he's been getting in the press over the last 6 to 12 months. But yeah, it looked like everything was going Liverpool's way, and then in the second half there were some interesting substitutions. Michael Carrick was sort of marked out of the game by Adam Lallana, but his decision to bring Rooney in didn't really work for me. He fell flat. Rooney was poor. He could have been sent off for his challenge on James Milner. He was off the pace, and he was sort of back to that really frustrating Wayne Rooney that seemed to start every game in spite of his performances last season. And this season, well, we haven't seen him anywhere near as much. He's actually been good when he has played, so it was a real letdown to see him come on in this game, in such a huge game, as our club captain, and really just be the worst player on the pitch. He was very disappointing. Marouane Fellaini, though, when he came on the pitch, I was as furious as any United fan when Marcus Rashford was left on the bench and Marouane Fellaini came on. It sent the wrong message for me at that moment in time, but credit to Mourinho, he knew that in order to get something out of this game, we needed to play ugly. Jurgen Klopp can criticise us for being a long ball team all he wants. We've got the 4th least amount of long balls played in the league this season. The only teams who have played less long balls than Man United this year are Bournemouth, Man City and Arsenal. So Liverpool are way up in 10th or 11th in terms of their long balls, so Klopp can shut his mouth. Love the man, but come on, that's ridiculous. Frustrated in the aftermath of the game, I'm sure, from his point of view. But Mourinho did well. I think in the second half, even though it wasn't pretty, it rarely is with Jose Mourinho, especially when he's trying to get a result. And he did get a result. He didn't get the one he wanted. Obviously, we definitely could have spurred on and won the game. That being said, we very easily could have lost the game had Jorginho Wijnaldum not been a big waste of space away from home, as Newcastle fans will know all too well from last season. But yeah, in the end we ended up with a point apiece, which I think is fair, and I think that's the most disappointing thing for me, is that we walk away from most games this season at Old Trafford with a point, thinking, how the hell have we not won? You know, Stoke, Burnley, there's probably a couple of Arsenal off the top of my head, you know, there's probably a couple of others in there, when we were on that really horrible run of 1-1 draws in sort of the last 5 minutes of games. This was a different one. This was a 1-1 draw where we were the ones who came back and scored late. We did deserve the point, but I don't think we deserved to win, and that's what hurts me, is because I really wanted to see United go out there and beat Liverpool, like properly beat them, you know, and we didn't. We played on par with them. They kept up with us, and considering they didn't have Mane, they didn't have a fully fit Coutinho, I'm disappointed that our fully fit squad couldn't get the job done against their fully fit squad. That being said, 2 games against Liverpool now gone. We now have a decent amount of the season left. We've still got huge games away at Arsenal, away at Spurs. Chelsea have to come to Old Trafford. We got to go to the Etihad, so we've got some big games, but none of them are on the horizon. We've now got to focus on doing what we've been doing really well for the last month or so, which is beating the teams below us. Not always in the most fashionable way. You know, the West Ham game was controversial. The Middlesbrough game was a very tight, you know, close call. But winning those games, no matter how we do it, will keep us in the not title race, but in the top 4. And as long as we can get into the top 4 and stay there, I still think a top 3 finish is very achievable, especially with the way this league is going. City capitulated at Everton. They're right now looking more likely to finish 6th than 4th. And that means that the door is wide open. Yes, we've got stiff competition from Spurs, Liverpool, Arsenal. City will come back into good form, I guarantee it, with the players they've got. And then we've obviously got the issue of Chelsea to deal with. You know, so it's going to be a really interesting second half of the season. But if United can stop stepping up in these big games and playing well, then we can get the job done. But we're never going to be title contenders until we can do that. We can get into the top 4, getting points against the teams around us and just not losing to your Arsenals, your Liverpools, your Spurses, but you're not winning the title by that. Chelsea are in the lead in the title race because they won away at the Etihad, and I mean, this is still a team that lost, you know, away at Arsenal and at home to Liverpool. So that being said, they beat us 4-0 at Stamford Bridge. They sent out messages to the teams around them. That's how you contend for the title. I don't think we're there yet, as evidenced by the big games this season where we got slaughtered by Chelsea. We should have beaten Arsenal, but we let them back into the game, and that's our fault, and credit to them. We did beat Spurs, but we've gotten 2 points against Liverpool, and with all those games, we were beaten at home by Manchester City. We really have to, on the return fixtures, we have to get wins. That's what Louis van Gaal was quite good at. Obviously, he struggled in the rest of the table. Mourinho currently seems to be doing the opposite, but I do think that we're moving in the right direction. King Zlatan Ibrahimovic didn't have the best game today, popped up with the goal when we needed him. That's the mentality United have missed in the last few years, and we got it back. So it's just a matter of time before all the other gears kick into place and we're back to the Man United that we all know and love. And when I say we, I mean the Man United fans watching this video, because obviously everybody else hated, adored, but never ignored. That being said, my man of the match was tough to pick because even, you know, with the goal scorers, Zlatan didn't have a great game. You know, lots of the defenders had suspect games. I thought Valencia was not at his best. Obviously, Marcus Rohan Jones had a couple of scary moments, one that led to the goal. So I can't really give it to any of them. I would have given it to De Gea if he'd saved Milner's penalty, but ultimately I'm going to give it to Henrik Mkhitaryan. I thought he was the most creative player we had. He really seemed like he was the one who bought into the occasion the most. Pogba was flattened by the occasion, Mkhitaryan rose to it, and I think if his teammates had been on the same level that he was, we would have won this game. So Henrik Mkhitaryan gets my man of the match. Looking forward to the game at Stoke next weekend, but it is crucial that we win that one. This is a game that I wanted us to win, and I thought that if we were going to win the league, we would have had to win this game. But in terms of our top 4 race, a draw at home against the team that's in the top, against the team that's 2nd or 3rd in the league, that's not a problem for me. What we need to do is beat everybody else, starting next week with Stoke and going through this next patch of games where we don't have to play any of the big teams. We just need to keep putting 3 points on the board because the teams around us will drop points, and as long as we don't drop points against teams that aren't around us, we can still be in business for a strong end to the season. So thank you for watching. Like if you enjoyed the video, comment if you've got anything to say, and share if you want to make my day. Thank you for watching. See you next time.